Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I am Ryan Bowling. Thank you for joining me. Well, President Joe Biden has just signed the new gun law bill. He just signed it with the assistance of a group of Republicans. Now, before I read this very short article, I'm going to give you a pretense of what I really believe this is. I believe that this was a distraction. Now, you're asking, what am I talking about? I believe that Roe v. Wade, the overturning of Roe v. Wade, was a distraction so that these politicians could sign this bill and put it into effect. And I'm going to give you my reasons why I believe it was a distraction. So let's get into this. Read this article here. And the article says, President Joe Biden signed a gun control package Saturday, noting that he was pleased. Notice, he signed it Saturday. That's today, obviously. President, this is right after Roe v. Wade was overturned, okay? President Joe Biden signed a gun control package Saturday, noting that he was pleased to sign it, but, quote, there's much more work to do. Fox News reports Biden signed the legislation and said, quote, this bill doesn't do everything I want. It does include actions I've long called for that are going to save lives. I don't believe this is going to save lives. That's my opinion. I know there's much more work to do, and I'm never going to give up. As far as I'm concerned, he's already given up. The New York Times quoted Biden as saying, quote, God willing, it's going to save a lot of lives. Breitbart News noted that the gun control package pushed by Senator John Cornyn expands background checks for some gun buyers using taxpayer money to incentivize states to enact red flag laws and broadens the National Instant Criminal Background Check System NICS prohibited purchasers list by using domestic violence statutes to cover dating relationships. So they're finna get it all in your business. They finna get all in your business. Who you dating? What was your relationship between this person you dating? Was it a volatile relationship? Was it violent? Or you might not be able to get a gun. We're not talking about you being a felon. Talking about you having a bad relationship and maybe you made some threats towards your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. You made some threats towards them or you got angry. They can, what this seems to imply is that they can determine whether or not you should buy a gun or not. It goes on to say it also focuses on straw purchases and gun trafficking, two things that have nothing to do with Alveda, Buffalo, Parkland, Las Vegas, Orlando, or Sandy Hook. Excuse me. On Wednesday, former President Donald Trump warned that Cornyn was helping, quote, radical left Democrats secure gun control. I agree with that statement. The gun control package was opposed by the NRA, Gun Owners of America, and numerous other gun rights organizations. That's the end of that article there. And I'm pretty sure I can understand why the NRA and other gun organizations would oppose, such a thing because it would prevent people from buying guns from them. So I understand that the bottom line for these organizations is money. So I get that. So I'm not going to even get into that. But I really believe, in my personal opinion, well, first of all, let me say this real quick, that President Joe Biden made the statement that this will save lives. This new gun law, I don't believe is going to save lives. I don't believe that at all. I believe that this is a spin move. I believe that this is just another way to try to gain control over people's guns. That the radical left, Marxist, communist supporting politicians who want to bring communism into this country, they know that they just cannot snatch the guns away from you. They know that they cannot send the military to your homes and my home and everyone else's home and knock on the door and point their guns at you and demand that you give up your guns. They cannot do it by violent overthrow. This has always been the history in every country that's been taken over by communists. They would always, one of the first things that they would do, not only would they suppress and destroy truth, but one of the first things that they would do is they would take the weapons and the guns away from the people. Why? It wasn't so that they could protect the people or prevent crime. That was the pretense they used. The reason why they took guns from the people is so that the people would not be able to defend themselves against tyranny. Okay? They would not be able to defend themselves against a tyrannical government. That was the reason for that. That's what I personally believe, based on my studies, what is taking place today. Only difference is it's being done through non-violent means. They got to go through the back door. This is a bunch of nonsense. Okay. Now, why do I believe that this is a distraction? Why do I believe that the overturning Roe v. Wade was a distraction, even though I believe it's good news? I also believe it was a distraction so that they could sign this bill, this gun bill, into law. And everybody's attention on Roe v. Wade and all these riots breaking out, that no one's paying attention to what Joe Biden just did. Now, one of the reasons why I believe it was a distraction, because many, many years ago, decades ago, there was, according to many historians, there was a distraction event that took place. I'm gonna just paraphrase this. Certain groups in Europe wanted to bring, or let's put it to you like this, and I'm hoping this don't get banned or censored, but international banking families have always wanted to bring a central bank in America, okay, so that they can control America. They had done it, tried to do it before in the early mid 1800s, and it failed. Some of the presidents was against it. It failed. President Andrew Jackson was against it. Okay, because he knew that it would destroy this country. It would destroy this country. They would have control over the country. Well, anyway, make a long story short, in 1911, a group of bankers got together on a place called the Isle of Jekyll. The Isle of, what is it? Isle of Jekyll is what it was called, yeah. Jekyll Island, Isle of Jekyll. Jekyll Island. In 1911, they got together to devise a plan to bring a central bank into America. They devised this plan, wrote up the information, and signed it into law. And so I forget exactly what president actually, I don't know if it was President Woodrow Wilson that signed the bill into law, but guess who that central bank was? The Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve was a central bank that they signed into law. And in 1913, let me go back a little bit, because I don't think it's wrong. In 1913 was when the Federal Reserve was signed into law. The Federal Reserve is nothing more than a central bank that's owned and controlled by the international banking families to control the country. And I'm going to go into the detail about that. But you may say, well, how is that a distraction? How is it compared to the distraction? Because this event where these bankers got together in 1911 on Jekyll Island to initiate this plan to create a central bank for America, it happened on December 24th. So in other words, everybody's attention was on Christmas, and Santa Claus and sugar plums and all of that. Everyone's attention was on Christmas. No one was paying attention to this. They deliberately did this on December 24th because everyone's attention will be distracted towards Christmas. And secretly, they got together and signed this bill into law. And in 1913, they got together in 1911 to create this plan. And in 1913, they make that correction, 1913, the president, may have been President Woodrow Wilson, signed it into law and made the Federal Reserve the central bank of America. And that's how the banking families gained control of America. So just like it was a distraction then, I believe that Roe v. Wade and overturning of Roe v. Wade was used as a distraction to distract people's attention from what President Joe Biden did by signing his gun law into action. What do you think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to this video and to this channel. God bless you all, and see you again on another Black Conservative.